my baby ASMR. I thought I would invite you out to sit with me by my little campfire that I do every Saturday. Anyway, I'm gonna go over to where I'm sitting. So, okay then. I hope you can hear me from back here. But this has been a tradition of mine, is to sit out on Saturday mornings or early afternoons, no matter what the weather. As you can see, it's snowing out here, but I'm not cold. I've got my campfire right here, and a lot of times my neighbors will join me and come over and sit by the fire too. So this week has been, I don't know, kind of uneventful. Did a few things this week. Flying down at the airport. See if I can get on with one of the airlines. Something I've always dreamed of since I was a boy. I always wanted my own airplane and my own helicopter, and seeing that that's pretty much out of reach as far as cost is concerned, I've always wanted to work at the airport. Of course, I decided on agriculture. I always wanted my own farm. And so I got to farm, 3 different counties, turf farming. But it's been a good job. I've done it for 14 years on my own, with my own company. And I just thought, well, now seems like a great time to switch an occupation and do what I've always dreamed of, being with working in the aviation field. And so I thought I'd just invite you to sit here with me by the fire. I'll probably cook something up like I usually do on Saturdays on this fire. Doesn't really matter what the weather's doing. Snow's okay because it just bounces off you. It doesn't really make you wet. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about spring, growing things. I've really always enjoyed gardening. Gardening in the sense of growing fruit and vegetables. Of course, I have my roses and I have my other trees, but mostly my yard is full of fruit trees. A lot of that has to do with the soil I have here. It's very gravelly. A lot of people cover it up with grass, turf type stuff. But I chose to plant something that I get a return on, and the return is fruit. I do have area for vegetables. I do have grapevines. The kinds of trees I have here are peaches. I found really good luck with Hale Haven peaches. Bella, Georgia is another great peach. Let's see. There is Red Haven. As far as when you buy peaches and you buy apricots and stone fruits, they tend to bloom rather early. And so if you go for ones that bloom late, you're more likely to have a crop every year. So if you go with, if you look, make sure, if you look in a book, find the ones that say late blooming. The same with apricots. I know a lot of people don't like apricots, but I find them really flavorful. So they, moon glow or moon gold and sun gold are good ones. They bloom late. There's one called Chinese. Its other name, I think it's a Utah original, came from one of the universities here. It's also called a Mormon. Yes, I happen to be down into the smoke right now. So that's another good one. There's many, it depends on your climate, but in Utah we have late freezes. And so in order to avoid losing your crop every year, you need to get late blooming. I would plant my stone fruits on the north side, or let's just say north facing side of a house, to further delay the bloom. You can delay it even a week by being in the shade of the house. That would be the best. I would put my vegetable garden on the south side of the house, where you got good sunlight, at least 8 hours a day, maybe more, and put the fruit trees on the north side, or east and west, and that will help. You get a crop. Now, as far as apples are concerned, there are many good varieties of apples. Golden Delicious is a very nice apple, and it is also a strong pollinator for other apple trees. Stone fruits generally require a pollinator. My friend's coming over here. He's going to step in front of the camera here in a minute. Go ahead, Robert. You've been on YouTube before. So I'm actually, he usually comes over and we sit by the fire, but I'm supposed to filming. Have a seat, Robert. I guess throw on another log on the fire. Today I'm talking with my audience about fruit trees. And so, anyways, as far as apples are concerned, they need a pollinator. Very few apple trees are self-pollinating. Yellow Delicious, or Golden Delicious, is self-pollinating. But you will get a better crop if you pollinate with a different variety of apple. Stone fruits, generally Japanese variety, are not self-pollinating. Some trees are diploid, which means they are self-sterile and need another pollinator, but they also, they will not pollinate other trees, but they do require a pollinator. So, cherries require a pollinator. A good cherry tree is a bean or a van. They're similar to each other. Of course, there are pie cherries, which are tart in flavor. But there again, it depends on the person. A lot of people prefer tart cherries for pies, but I see no reason why not to use a sweet cherry. There are problems with cherry trees. One of the problems is called Western X disease, which basically shuts down the tree, kills it. That's a new one. It's related to, well, I don't know if it's exactly related, but it's similar to verticillium wilt. Apples and pears do have fire blight issues. And but this is what Robert and I do on Saturdays. We sit around the fire, talk, cook something, and keeps us out of trouble. And next week I'll pick a different topic, probably in the production of vegetables, and when to plant and what to do before you plant. I guess I should mention it always helps to have good soil, but if you don't, you can amend your soil mostly what's necessary is good drainage. Trees don't like, I want to call it wet feet, wet roots. They like good drainage. Other than that, there has to be enough nutrients in the soil. You probably have to supplement so many pounds of nitrogen each year, which should be applied before March 1st. Best time is between November and March. And it's a hefty amount, and it goes by the girth of the trunk as to how much you will apply, and you will apply it at the drip zone of the trees. So that would be the outermost branches. That's where the roots, where the feeder roots are, and not near the trunk. Keep lawns away, 2 feet away from the trunks. Grass has a tendency to literally poison out whatever's in front of it. So you want to keep that away from the trunk. Okay then, everybody, you have a good Saturday. I will be talking with you soon. This is Rocker by Baby ASMR. Bye-bye.
Baby.
See y'all. Bye-bye.